In this video, we're going to look at how to take an assembly and communicate how the parts are put together by creating an exploded view. To do that, you want to make sure that first you are in the assembly ribbon and then go over here to exploded view. If we have an exploded view already, we'll have more options here, but at this point, since we don't, it's just the one. So we can select exploded view from either one. And you notice here the feature manager now changes to an explode feature. We want to start out with the step feature because we just want to move one part linearly. We will get to the radial feature in a minute. But we want to first select our step because we just want to move a part linearly. We can do it with multiple parts, but for this one we're just going to pick the one part. Now we select our part. We can do that here on the part, or you can do this from the tree. Select which part you want to move. Notice here that a movement indicator pops up, that we can move it in the X, Y, or Z direction. In this case, we want to pull it out straight to the left, and that is indicated, this one, by the Y direction here. So we're going to pull it out as far as we want. And if we want to pull it out a particular number, we can either type in a number. So we'll say 130 because that's about where I had it. We want to leave enough room to then pull out this bracket as well. And so we type a number in there, and we can still move it manually if we want. And then we hit the done button down here. And you notice here that our first step has been recorded. Now we want to move the bracket apart. And for this, we want to have them move in opposite directions. So we're going to use this radial one, where it can be used for two parts moving in opposite directions, or several parts moving all away from a central location. So here I select the two bracket parts. It doesn't matter what order we select them in. And you notice that our movement indicator is a little bit more limited because it wants to just move the two parts away from each other. So I take this orange arrow and move the parts away. And again, I can type in a number if I want a round number for some reason to in that location, and then hit the done button. Notice we've never have checked the green button. We will do that in a minute, but we can see here that we have our fully detailed exploded view up here in this main part. Now, since all the parts are separate, this is not a complicated piece, so there's not a lot of parts, we're going to hit the check button, and now we have our exploded view. So, but where to go? That we can find in our feature manager over here in this configuration tab, but we don't see it here yet. We have to expand this tree a little bit, and now I have the exploded view. If I right click on the exploded view, I have several options. I can go in and edit the feature, or I can animate its collapse. So we'll do that. So SolidWorks automatically puts together an animation of its collapse. And it popped up this animation controller that I can use to rewind it, fast forward it, and also to save the animation. Good file types to use are either the AVI or the MP4 file type. So we can save it there. And now that it's collapsed, if I right click on my exploded view, I can also animate the separation process and also create a video of that. So we can do either one as a nice video. Now say we don't like how this looks, how do I go in and edit it? Well, we can do it a couple of different ways. So I can just select one of these steps and edit it directly. Or if I want to get into that full feature manager, I can right click on the explode, go into feature manager, and it pulls up the feature. And if I wanted to, I could add an additional step to this explosion if I want. So I can check out of that. Another option that exists in exploded view is now we have more options up here. We can explode a line sketch, or we can insert exploded lines. So that brings up this another feature manager that we can then use to edit and move these lines around. Not real happy with the lines automatically, but you can play with this if you would like. Then we hit the check, and now we have exploding lines showing how things relate to each other as well. And that is it.